Today, we will talk about a tribe located in northern Namibia, a people who capture attention with their unique traditions, culture, and lifestyle. This is the Himba people. Although many of you may have heard about them, few know the full details of their customs, way of life, and worldview. In this article, we will explore the fascinating characteristics of Himba men and women, their customs and traditions, as well as their unique practices. The Himba tribe is a nomadic people who live in northern Namibia, specifically in the Kunyene region, where natural conditions are quite harsh. Their way of life has been isolated from the outside world for a long time. Their history and culture are so unique that despite the influence of globalization and tourism, the Himba have managed to preserve many of their ancestral customs and traditions. The Himba live in small, nomadic communities, each maintaining its own lifestyle and adhering to traditions passed down from generation to generation. These people reside in special huts built with natural materials like clay, stones, and grass. These huts, called ohuru, have a conical shape that helps retain warmth and protect against the wind. It is worth noting that for building their homes and meeting other needs, the Himba actually use natural materials such as clay and dung. One of the most striking features of the Himba people is their unusual approach to personal care and hygiene. Himba women, despite not using water for bathing, always appear clean and well-groomed. But how do they maintain their hygiene if water is a scarce resource and traditional bathing methods are not used? The answer lies in their traditional method of body care. Himba women use a mixture of clay, milk fat, and ochre, which they apply to their skin and hair. This mixture serves several purposes simultaneously. First, it protects the skin from sunburn, as the Namibian desert sun is very intense. Second, it acts as a barrier against insects, which can be a serious issue in the hot climate. Additionally, this mixture works as a cosmetic that cleanses the skin of impurities and helps keep it healthy. Interestingly, Himba women not only apply this mixture to their bodies, but also use it to style their hair, creating hairstyles that resemble dreadlocks. This process requires time and skill. Despite not bathing in the traditional sense, the women manage to keep their skin and hair in excellent condition. Another notable feature of the Himba tribe is the way the women dress and adorn themselves. They prefer traditional clothing, which typically consists of short skirts made from goat skin, along with bracelets, necklaces, and beads made from natural materials such as bones, iron, wood, and glass. Their clothing and accessories are not just part of their appearance, but also symbols of status. For instance, women who achieve a high social position within the community can wear more elaborate and expensive ornaments. It is noteworthy that in the Himba tribe, upper body clothing is not used, so women often go topless. However, the exposed parts of their bodies are adorned with bracelets, necklaces, and other accessories. This reflects the cultural and social values of the people, where external appearance is connected to a person's inner state and status within the community. When building their homes, the Himba use mixtures of clay and dung, which they carefully apply to the walls of the huts. This plaster helps maintain the houses in good condition and protects them from external factors. And it's significant that not only men, but also women actively participate in house construction and other essential tasks. This work is considered valuable and meaningful within the community, and the role of women in building houses and performing domestic duties is equally important as that of men. Despite their nomadic lifestyle, the Himba have adapted to modern conditions related to tourism and external economies. With the development of tourism, tribe members have started earning money by selling various handmade products to tourists. These can include everything from ornaments to traditional utensils such as containers and clothing. Tourism plays an important role in the Himba economy, and women in particular actively sell their products to tourists visiting Namibia to learn about this unique people and their traditions. In this way, the Himba have managed to integrate their nomadic life with modern economic opportunities without losing their cultural identity. This also provides them with the opportunity to travel both within their country and abroad. Relationships between men and women in the Himba tribe have their peculiarities. First, it is important to note that this society values equality. Men and women perform similar tasks within the household, although there are differences in the types of work each gender does. Women are responsible for food preparation, childcare, and water collection, while men generally handle livestock and hunting. Interestingly, polygamy is common in the Himba tribe, meaning a man can have multiple wives. Typically, a man has two wives, although in some cases he may have more. A significant characteristic is the lack of strict moral prohibitions against extramarital relationships. For example, if a man goes hunting, he may spend time with another woman, and this is not considered a betrayal. It is seen as a natural part of their life and is not morally judged. Furthermore, a woman's status in the Himba tribe is determined by the number of children she has had. A woman with children is regarded with greater respect within the community. Newborns have their heads shaved, and as they grow, a small section of hair is allowed to remain. It is also notable that the Himba tribe does not distinguish between one's own children and others' children. All children within the community are considered to belong to everyone, and any adult is willing to help and care for them. The Himba people are a unique community that has managed to preserve their ancestral traditions and customs despite the influence of modernity. Himba men and women live according to their own laws, which may seem surprising to those accustomed to more civilized standards. They take care of themselves using clay and milk fat mixtures, do not bathe in the traditional sense, and do not maintain a clean and healthy appearance. Relationships within marriage are based on mutual respect and trust, with polygamy and open relationships being a natural part of their culture. This tribe is a living example of how traditions and modern practices can coexist without losing cultural identity and authenticity.
In the heart of Southeast Asia, surrounded by towering volcanoes and the crystal-clear waters of the South China Sea, lies the Philippine archipelago. Perhaps it is one of the closest places to paradise on Earth, a country full of contrasts, where extraordinary wonders coexist with a rich tapestry of lifestyles. Here, there are communities where some women revere the white man to the extent that they actively seek foreign tourists as potential partners, while in other cases, life unfolds in the most extreme forms, with people living in cemeteries or even beneath the city sewers. In a land of remarkable ethnic diversity stands the Bajau tribe, also known as Fishmen, whose bodies have astonishingly adapted to their environment, undergoing genetic modifications that grant them extraordinary diving abilities, enabling them to remain submerged for many minutes in the world's most beautiful seas. Prepare to discover one of the most enchanting countries on the planet, a land where paradises like Palawan or regions such as El Nido, often considered the most beautiful island in the world, coexist with surreal landscapes like Taal Volcano. This volcano's lake is contained within a volcanic crater that shelters another island, creating the illusion of a dreamlike, almost otherworldly place. This paradise, however, exists within the Pacific Ring of Fire, an area particularly prone to natural disasters, which in turn shape this extraordinary landscape. The Philippines is a land of contrasts, home to both the gentle whale shark and the largest crocodiles on Earth, alongside deadly coconut palms and curious beauty contests where hundreds of women, often regarded as some of the most beautiful in Southeast Asia, parade in minimal bikinis under the watchful gaze of foreign visitors. Among the unique traditions is the rumbaru, a custom in which wedding guests build a house for the newlyweds and then encourage the couple to retire to a private room to enjoy their intimate night, even as the celebration continues. Soon, you will join a journey through the Philippines, a destination that is likely one of the most beautiful and extraordinary on Earth. There are few places as fascinating, complex, and full of contrasts as the Philippines. This archipelago, renowned for its lush, exuberant natural beauty, offers white sand beaches, volcanic mountains, and a vegetation that seems to have emerged from a tropical dream. Yet it is also a country of extremes, considered one of the most densely populated in the world, with 1/4 of its people living in extreme poverty. Despite these hardships, the nation boasts surprising achievements, such as its remarkably high literacy rate. Over 95% of Filipinos older than 15 have received formal education. In its streets, the echoes of the past blend with present-day realities, as vibrant lives filled with hope and struggle unfold at every turn. Composed of more than 7,000 islands that span an area of roughly 300,000 square kilometers, the Philippines is comparable in size to New Zealand, or about half of Italy's territory. Yet, despite its modest land area, it is home to over 110 million inhabitants. This high population density places enormous pressure on resources and living space, contributing to the emergence of some of the world's darkest urban neighborhoods. The history of the Philippines is one marked by centuries of colonization, first by the Spanish and later by the Americans, which has left a profound imprint on its culture and society. A little-known fact is that the country's name originates from King Philip I of Spain. In the 15th century, during a time when the Spanish Empire was known for its vastness, the explorer Ruy López de Villalobos reached what were then known as the Western Islands, with the aim of uniting them to the Spanish crown. After colonization, he named them the Philippine Islands in honor of the then Prince of Asturias and future King Philip I. Thus, the name Philippines came to be, and Spanish influence remains visible today not only in the country's architecture and traditions, but also in its language. Although Spanish is no longer widely spoken among the general population, its legacy endures in Filipino, the official language which shares nearly 60% of its vocabulary with Spanish, creating a unique linguistic link between the two cultures. In addition, more than 100 dialects are spoken throughout the archipelago, reflecting its rich cultural diversity. The lives of the people in this archipelago can be incredibly challenging, yet hope and community remain steadfast pillars. The stark contrast between well-developed areas and impoverished neighborhoods, such as Tondo, the most overcrowded district in the world where some are said to even sleep in sewers, paints a vivid picture of survival amid adversity. Soon, we will delve into the extreme living conditions of the Tondo district. But first, let us introduce Manila, the capital of the Philippines, which is home to Tondo and one of the most densely populated urban areas on the planet, with over 40,000 individuals per square kilometer in some districts. To put this in perspective, imagine more than 200 people crammed into a space the size of a football field. In this city, many earn less than $10 per day, facing daily challenges to survive, a situation compounded by the country's high birth rate, which is influenced by religious beliefs and limited access to modern contraceptives in some regions. Despite these challenges, Filipinos are known for their warmth and kindness, earning the nickname the Country of Smiles. This genuine hospitality is evident in how locals interact with one another, always willing to lend a helping hand or share a kind moment, even with strangers. The city streets pulse with life yet also reveal deep inequalities. It is not unusual to find people living in extremely difficult conditions, some even setting up homes in cemeteries. In many of these burial grounds, families build small, makeshift houses among tombs, on niches, or even inside mausoleums, creating a surreal coexistence with the dead. For these residents, daily life is interwoven with memories and relics of those who have passed. Although poverty is the primary reason for such arrangements, it is also a means of surviving in urban areas where the cost of living is simply unaffordable. Yet one cemetery in the Philippines stands out as even more extraordinary: the underwater cemetery of Camiguin, located on the volcanic island in the southern region. This unique site features tombs and crosses submerged in the sea, forming a surreal underwater landscape. The underwater cemetery originated from a volcanic eruption in the year 1870. During that eruption, the Hibok volcano devastated the ancient city of Catarman and ruptured a dam, triggering a massive flood that submerged the original cemetery. Rather than rebuilding it on dry land, the people of Camiguin chose to continue interring their dead at sea, preserving this unique cemetery. Today, this fascinating location has become a major tourist attraction, especially for divers who come to observe the submerged tombs and crosses in the crystalline waters. No journey through the Philippines would be complete without exploring its most treasured natural wonders, places where beauty has been sculpted over centuries by evolution and the forces of nature. Among these jewels, Palawan shines as the most beautiful island in the country, and arguably one of the most stunning in the world. A true paradise that draws travelers from every corner of the globe. Located in the southwest of the archipelago, Palawan offers a landscape that seems to have stepped right out of a dream. A tropical climate, lush, forested mountains, white sandy beaches, and clear, turquoise waters. Its geological formations are equally impressive, with underground lagoons, karst mountains, and a unique biodiversity that make it a sanctuary for nature lovers. Among its many splendid beaches is El Nido, renowned for its fine sand and turquoise waters, and famous worldwide for the clarity of its waters and its unique coral reef that attracts divers of every experience level. This reef teems with an incredible array of marine life, from tropical fish to sea turtles and multicolored corals, creating a veritable paradise for underwater enthusiasts. Palawan is also home to unique species, such as the saltwater crocodile and the long-tailed macaque, making it an essential destination for ecotourists and biologists alike. Speaking of saltwater crocodiles, these creatures are among the most awe-inspiring and fearsome animals on Earth due to their massive size and deadly strength. They primarily inhabit remote, less trafficked areas like mangroves and estuaries. Fortunately, for tourists eager to enjoy paradisiacal spots like El Nido, these dangerous reptiles are typically far removed from busy tourist areas, preferring habitats that remain relatively undisturbed by human activity. Nevertheless, as in any natural environment, it is wise to heed any warnings and remain cautious. In the Philippines, there is also a dramatic tale of one of the largest crocodiles ever recorded. In the year 2009, a terrifying incident shook a small community on the island of Mindanao, when a gigantic crocodile attacked and claimed the lives of 2 students, sending shockwaves of fear through the region. For 2 long years prior, the same crocodile had terrorized locals by attacking fishermen and slaughtering water buffalo, instilling widespread panic. The capture of this beast became a formidable challenge. Ultimately, an experienced crocodile hunter managed to trap the creature, which measured over 6 meters in length. Locals even speculated that the true size of the creature might have been much greater, possibly reaching up to 12 meters by local estimations. Whether these figures were exaggerations or fact, the encounter left a lasting impact on nearby communities, where the presence of such predators is still both feared and respected, and stories of giant crocodiles are passed down with an air of mystery and trepidation. Yet even more dangerous than these formidable reptiles is a hazard that is both unexpected and lethal: the coconut. The Philippines is the world's second-largest producer of coconuts and one of the top exporters of mangoes. Coconut palms, which were planted during the Second World War to bolster the agricultural sector, now stretch across the country. While the coconut is an essential source of sustenance, used in a wide variety of products from food and drink to oils and cosmetics, it also poses a serious threat. Coconut trees, which can reach heights of up to 30 meters or more, produce fruits that fall with astonishing force. A single coconut falling from such a height can inflict severe injuries or even prove fatal. In this country, it is said that more Filipinos die each year from falling coconuts than from many other types of accidents or hazards. This great risk, though little known to tourists, is a harsh reality in rural areas and near coconut plantations, where these trees, despite symbolizing life and prosperity, hide a dangerous secret for anyone wandering beneath their shade. Returning to the wonders of Palawan, one cannot help but be enchanted by the region known as El Nido, a place where natural magic reaches its zenith. This archipelago is made up of 45 islands and islets, surrounded by a deep blue sea and flanked by enormous karst rock formations. The landscape is so breathtaking that it often appears as though it were lifted straight from an adventure film. Hidden lagoons, such as the famous Secret Lagoon, provide a unique destination for travelers seeking to explore pristine landscapes and relax in an environment far removed from the everyday hustle. For adventurers, El Nido offers a wealth of activities: kayaking excursions, scuba diving, or hiking its mountainous trails. Visitors can explore deserted beaches, swim in turquoise waters, and enjoy the serenity of this tropical haven. Local hospitality is warm and inviting, and the culinary offerings are incredibly fresh, with freshly caught seafood served in numerous beachfront restaurants at very affordable prices. Dining in such settings becomes a unique experience, blending natural beauty with local flavor. Shifting focus to the waters of these magnificent seas, We now introduce you to the most extraordinary tribe in the Philippines, the Bajau, or Fishmen. This nomadic ethnic group inhabits the coastal regions of the Philippines, Malaysia, and Indonesia, making their homes not on solid ground but in small wooden boats called lepa-lepa, or on floating villages built on stilts in shallow waters. For centuries, the Bajau have lived almost entirely at sea, acquiring an intimate understanding of the ocean like no other community in the world. For them, the sea is not only home but the main source of sustenance. They are renowned as exceptional fishermen and foragers of marine life, a skill honed over generations. Their connection to the ocean is so extraordinary that it is most clearly seen in their most notable tradition, known as rum baru, or new house. Immediately after a wedding, the couple's immediate family gathers to build a floating home that will serve as the newlyweds' residence. This act is far more than a simple gesture. It is a collective effort that strengthens family and community bonds, ensuring that the couple has a secure home amid the vast sea. Once the floating house is complete, the community celebrates with a grand feast that marks the beginning of a new chapter for the couple. The pinnacle of this tradition comes when, during the celebration, the newlyweds are invited to consummate their marriage in the very home they have built, symbolizing the union of passion and love in the intimate embrace of their new abode, gently rocking on the water that has witnessed the lives of their ancestors. What truly sets the Bajau apart is not only their ability to live at sea, but also the unique adaptations their bodies have developed over the centuries. Scientific studies have revealed that the Bajau possess a genetic mutation that allows them to dive to extraordinary depths and remain underwater for extended periods without any diving equipment. One of their most remarkable adaptations is an enlarged spleen, approximately 50% larger than that of an average person, which enables them to store more red blood cells and thus increase the amount of oxygen available during long dives. This phenomenon, known as the diving reflex, provides them with a significant advantage as they plunge to depths of over 70 meters, a feat that would be perilous for most humans, even risking fatal decompression. It is as if the ocean itself has shaped their bodies into something almost superhuman, capable of challenging the limits of what ordinary people consider possible. Now, consider for a moment how long you might endure underwater. Would you prefer to have such superhuman abilities as the Bajau, or would you rather learn more about the fascinating Filipino people and their incredible landmarks? Beyond these marvels, the Philippines also presents some of its more controversial realities. In certain regions, severe poverty and lack of opportunities compel many to adopt desperate measures. It is well known that many Filipino women, sometimes driven by economic necessity, offer themselves to tourists or seek relationships with foreigners as a means of survival in a country where the minimum daily wage hovers around $10. In this context, many women pursue relationships with foreign men in search of a better life, better stability, and improved emotional support. Although this phenomenon is controversial, it has given rise to an informal industry where resorts and travel agencies promote a style of romance geared toward Western men, who are seen as a pathway to an improved future. Many voices claim that Filipino women are enamored with the white man, favoring those with lighter skin in hopes of escaping economic hardship. Filipino festivities and traditions often blend culture, spectacle, and a touch of sensuality, especially in tourist destinations. One of the most striking expressions of this blend is the famous Bikini Open event held on beaches such as White Beach in Boracay or Sabang Beach in Puerto Galera, where hundreds of Filipinas parade in minimal bikinis under the gaze of foreign tourists, showcasing not only their beauty, but also their confidence and joy. These events typically include vibrant music, rhythmic dancing, and contests that celebrate elegance and sensuality, experiences that captivate both locals and visitors alike. Beyond the glitz and glamour, another aspect of Filipino life is found in its most marginalized neighborhoods, like Tondo, the most overcrowded district in Manila and arguably one of the harshest environments on Earth. Although official figures are scarce, it is estimated that over 4 million people in Manila reside in such impoverished areas. Tondo in particular is notorious for its extreme overcrowding, where stories of extreme poverty, relentless struggle, and an indomitable spirit are intertwined. In Tondo, children play on dusty streets while families scrape together a meager existence in makeshift homes, often built in extremely confined spaces. With an average density of 880,000 people per square mile in some areas, and in certain zones, up to 200,000 individuals per square mile, it is as if 220 to 550 people were crammed onto a single football field. The harsh reality forces residents to construct homes with minimal resources, sometimes near large, toxic landfills where many work. These makeshift houses are typically small and built from inadequate materials, housing large families, as the Philippines has one of the highest birth rates in Southeast Asia. Often, these areas lack running water, proper sanitation, and adequate ventilation, leading to the spread of diseases that further complicate survival. In some extreme cases, people even resort to living in sewers due to the absence of viable space. Alongside the overcrowding, Tondo also grapples with rampant criminal activities, from gang violence to drug trafficking, further intensifying the everyday struggle to survive. Yet, for all its hardships, the Philippines is also celebrated for the beauty of its people. The blend of indigenous, Spanish, American, and Asian influences has produced a population with striking features and an exotic allure, making Filipinos widely considered among the most beautiful in Southeast Asia. This remarkable diversity is a product of centuries of cultural intermingling, which has gifted the nation with a dazzling mix of traits as captivating as the landscapes that surround them. One of the country's most beloved pastimes is karaoke. It is no exaggeration to say that Filipinos are passionate about singing. Whether in the bustling city or in a remote mountain village, you will always find a karaoke venue where friends and family gather to sing, laugh, and simply enjoy life. In many households, families rent karaoke machines for full-day celebrations, turning birthdays and other occasions into nights filled with music and joy. Although the volume might be high at times, neighbors understand that it is part of the celebration and look forward to enjoying the same carefree spirit when it is their turn. Another fascinating aspect of Filipino culture is its cuisine. Among the most well-known local specialties is balat, a fertilized duck egg that, despite its unusual appearance for visitors, is a popular snack on the streets. Praised for its distinctive flavor, balat remains a cultural delicacy, especially enjoyed during festive nights or family gatherings. Even as Western influences and environmental issues have altered some culinary traditions, balat continues to stand as a symbol of Filipino gastronomic heritage. The culture of respect is deeply ingrained in the Philippines, evident in the polite use of words such as po and opo when speaking with elders, as well as gestures like placing an adult's hand to one's forehead, a sign of deference known as mano po. Terms of endearment such as ate, older sister, or kuya, older brother, are commonly used to address those with familiarity or authority, reflecting the strong familial and community values that form the foundation of Filipino society. Another magical landmark in the Philippines is Taal Lake, situated on the island of Luzon, a natural wonder that defies logic and seems straight out of a dream. Imagine an island that contains a lake, within which lies another island encircling yet another lake. This formation, reminiscent of a mirage, challenges the laws of nature and has fascinated explorers for centuries. The mystery of Taal Lake originates from Taal Volcano, one of the most active in the Philippines, whose massive eruptions over thousands of years created a colossal volcanic caldera. In the center of this caldera emerges the volcano island, which itself houses a crater lake, and within that, a tiny island known as Vulcan Point, a stunning remnant of an ancient volcanic dome. This phenomenon is not merely a natural curiosity, but a testament to the geological forces that have sculpted this paradise. The whole ensemble creates an optical illusion, as if the very fabric of nature were being rewritten before one's eyes. Yet, the dynamic geology of the Philippines, located within the Pacific Ring of Fire, remains a double-edged sword. This seismically active region, where tectonic plates converge, is prone to frequent earthquakes and volcanic activity. Paradoxically, this instability has also forged the breathtaking beauty of the islands, which are in a state of constant transformation. With 24 active volcanoes, the archipelago is a living reminder of how natural chaos can create stunning landscapes. Among these, Mount Mayon stands out, often described as the most beautiful volcano in the world due to its perfectly conical shape. Located in the Bicol region, Mayan has become a national icon and a source of fascination for both locals and visitors. Despite its serene beauty, however, Mayan is an active and dangerous volcano, with documented eruptions dating back centuries. The most recent in January 2018, which forced the evacuation of thousands. For adventurous visitors, the surrounding area offers hiking trails, scenic viewpoints, and the chance to explore the volcano's impressive symmetry while remaining aware of the ever-present risks. Natural disasters are not uncommon in the Philippines, each carrying its own blend of mystery and tragedy. For instance, in the year 2013, one of the strongest cyclones in recorded history struck the region. Some locals believe that such disasters are nature's way of reminding humanity of the fragile balance between man and environment, with local legends even speaking of ghostly apparitions or mysterious lights appearing before earthquakes and eruptions. Beyond its volcanic wonders, the country is also home to other unique landscapes, such as the Chocolate Hills in Bohol, a fascinating collection of more than 1,200 conical mounds that take on a chocolate-like hue during the dry season. Another striking aspect of life in the Philippines is the ubiquitous local transportation known as the jeepney. This iconic mode of travel traces its origins back to the Second World War, when Filipinos repurposed old American military jeeps to establish a public transit network. Today, these vehicles are colorful, noisy, and bursting with personality, shuttling workers through the congested streets of Manila and beyond. Before we explain how best to travel throughout the Philippine Islands and why the country is considered one of the most economical travel destinations, let us explore two of its main attractions: the vibrant street markets and the incredible experience of swimming with the whale shark, the largest creature in the ocean. Though these two experiences differ greatly, each encapsulates the essence of the country, the deep connection with everyday life and its incomparable natural wealth. The street markets, for example, are the pulsing heart of Philippine cities, especially in Manila. These markets not only serve as centers of commerce but also reflect the daily rhythms of Filipino life. Wandering through a street market is like entering a world where colors, aromas, and sounds blend together. From food stalls offering local dishes, such as adobo, and pancit to small stalls selling everything from clothing to household tools. In a country where many families lack kitchen facilities or refrigerators, these markets provide an essential source of fresh food and are a vital part of daily survival, while also offering tourists an immersive cultural experience. For nature and ocean enthusiasts, swimming alongside a whale shark is an unforgettable adventure. In Cebu, in particular, this destination is a must for anyone wishing to marvel at these majestic giants of the sea. In places like Oslab, visitors have the rare opportunity to swim alongside these magnificent creatures, a blend of thrill, adventure, and a deep connection with marine life. While the encounter is truly unforgettable, it is important to be aware of the ethical debates surrounding the practice, particularly the issue of artificial feeding used to lure the whale sharks. It is advisable to research and choose a tour that respects the natural behavior of these gentle giants. At this point, you might be wondering how to make the most of your journey through this paradise. The Philippines offers options for every budget, from backpackers to luxury travelers, ensuring that anyone can explore its charms without breaking the bank. International flights typically land in Manila or Cebu, major hubs with excellent connections from Europe or the Americas, often with a layover in Asian cities such as Dubai, Singapore, or Hong Kong. Travelers from many countries, including most European and American nations, do not need a visa for stays of up to 30 days, though it is wise to check the latest policies before planning your trip. Getting around the Philippines is an adventure in itself. With over 7,000 islands, transportation usually involves a combination of flights, ferries, and buses. Local airlines such as Cebu Pacific and AirAsia provide economical flights linking major cities and regions. For example, if you wish to explore an iconic area like Palawan, you can fly from Manila to Puerto Princesa, the main gateway, or even directly to El Nido for easier access to this paradise. A flight from Manila to Puerto Princesa may cost anywhere between $22 and $45 if booked well in advance, while a direct flight to El Nido might be slightly more expensive, depending on the season. From Puerto Princesa, Travelers can take a bus or a shared van, affordable options costing around 15 to 20 euros and taking approximately 5 to 6 hours to reach their destination. Once in El Nido, renting a motorbike is the most popular and economical way to explore the area, with daily rentals priced between 5 and 10 euros, allowing you to visit beaches and viewpoints at your own pace. For short distances, motorized tricycles are another practical option, typically costing 1 to 3 euros per ride, depending on the distance. With its affordable tour, such as boat trips exploring hidden lagoons and beaches, often including lunch for around $20 per person, and other cost-effective activities like kayaking and snorkeling, exploring El Nido and its surroundings is an accessible dream for most travelers. Accommodation in the Philippines caters to every budget. In Palawan, for instance, backpacker hostels may be available for around $15 per night, while beachfront hotels and resorts can range from $60 to $200, depending on the season and amenities offered. The country's culinary scene is equally delightful, with affordable and delicious street food, where for only 2 or 3 euros you can savor local dishes such as adobo, lumpia, or the famous chicken and pork skewers. A meal for two at a simple restaurant may cost around $10, while a more upscale dining experience might run closer to $40 or $50. From the bustling urban life of Manila to the serene landscapes of Palawan, the Philippines promises unforgettable experiences for every type of traveler. Whether you are drawn by its rich culture, natural beauty, or the warmth of its people, the country offers an array of adventures, from vibrant street markets to the thrill of swimming with whale sharks, making it one of Asia's most cherished destinations. Welcome to Colombia, a hidden jewel in South America that has emerged not only for its captivating salsa rhythms and breathtaking landscapes, but also for its vibrant cultural evolution. Often remembered as a country of contrasts, Colombia now beckons travelers with its charm, affordability, and inspiring transformation, particularly visible in cities like Medellin. Medellin, once infamous as a center of crime during the era of drug cartels, has reinvented itself into a thriving cultural and creative metropolis. Today, the city dazzles visitors with its modern transportation systems, dynamic street art, and the warm hospitality of its residents. The transformation is nothing short of remarkable. Areas once marred by violence now burst with life, color, and artistic expression. Neighborhoods like Comuna 13, notorious for its turbulent past, have been reborn as hubs of creativity and resilience, where graffiti murals and community art stand as symbols of hope and renewal. The economic advantages of visiting or even living in Colombia are striking. A meal at a local eatery can cost as little as $3, while a night in a quality hotel room is roughly $35. This low cost of living makes Colombia especially appealing to those seeking an affordable yet vibrant lifestyle. In contrast to the often prohibitive expenses in many parts of the world, Colombia offers an environment where everyday living is within reach, even for travelers who work hard for their money. Geographically, Colombia is a land of extraordinary diversity. Spanning over 1,142,000 square kilometers, it is 5 times larger than its neighbor Ecuador and strategically positioned as the only South American country bordered by 2 oceans, the Caribbean to the north and the Pacific to the west. Its extensive borders also touch Panama, Ecuador, and Venezuela, giving Colombia a pivotal role as a gateway between North and South America. With a population of about 52 million, it is the continent's second most populous nation, after Brazil. However, this density is not uniform. While the western and northern regions bustle with life, the eastern and southern parts, home to the vast Amazon rainforest, feature strikingly low population densities, often with only 1 or 2 people per square kilometer. In these remote areas, indigenous tribes continue to live in close connection with nature, largely isolated from modern society. One cannot mention Colombia without picturing the dramatic transformation of Medellin. Once overshadowed by the legacy of Pablo Escobar and notorious for its narrow, perilous streets and hillside neighborhoods, Medellin has reinvented its image. After the fall of Escobar's empire, largely due to efforts by US-backed agencies, the city embraced change. Today, Medellin's skyline, spread over an urban area of 382 square kilometers, is a vivid tapestry of high-rise buildings and modern architecture. reminiscent of other major global cities. The city has evolved into an economic powerhouse and a beacon of creativity in Colombia. Although remnants of its troubled past still echo in some areas, violence has largely receded, replaced by vibrant neighborhoods that attract millions of visitors each year. For tourists, one of the most enticing features of Medellin is its affordability. The Colombian peso has seen significant devaluation, turning the city into an ideal haven for those who wish to enjoy a high standard of living without overspending. With an exchange rate of around 4,100 pesos to a US dollar, locals and visitors alike can savor a hearty meal for roughly 12,000 pesos, about $3, or indulge in a luxurious night's stay for just $35. This economic edge not only enriches the travel experience, but also makes Medellin a magnet for digital nomads and expatriates seeking quality life on a modest budget. Yet, while tourists benefit from this low-cost lifestyle, many local residents in Medellin and Bogotá live on much tighter budgets. The average income for many locals hovers around $300 per month, a sum that would only buy 20 hours of work in a high-wage economy such as New York or California. This disparity creates a complex social fabric where luxury and hardship often coexist in the same urban spaces. In Medellin, for instance, while visitors have easy access to affordable services like Uber rides, typically around $3 per trip, local citizens frequently rely on motorbikes for their daily commutes. Motorcycles, besides being fuel efficient, offer the agility needed to navigate through the city's crowded streets, reflecting both the ingenuity and the challenges faced by everyday Colombians. Colombia's charm has often led to comparisons with Thailand, particularly due to its similar balance of low living costs and high levels of unemployment. Bustling street corners are often filled with vendors offering everything from freshly prepared meals to refreshing drinks for less than $1. Yet, life on these streets isn't without its hardships. The equatorial location means that the sun beats down intensely nearly year-round, a factor that can wear down street vendors and outdoor workers alike. Moreover, while the vibrant street life adds color to Colombian cities, it also brings risks. Pickpocketing and petty theft are common enough that visitors are advised to limit the cash they carry and leave valuables securely stored. The complexity of Colombian urban life is evident everywhere, from the lively streets of Bogotá to the bustling marketplaces of Medellin, where each corner can feel like a mini festival. Here, local vendors offer a tantalizing array of culinary treats, ranging from familiar dishes to the more exotic fare like grilled crocodile heads, turtle, or even a variety of edible insects. These markets are also where one might witness the age-old tradition of hand-rolling cigarettes, a practice born out of the high cost of industrial tobacco. In Colombia, even everyday customs carry the weight of cultural significance, inviting visitors to immerse themselves in traditions that are as diverse as they are unique. Beyond its urban centers, Colombia is also home to some of the world's most remarkable natural wonders. One such marvel is El Rio de los Cinco Colors, the River of Five Colors, a breathtaking natural phenomenon hidden deep within the Amazon rainforest. This isn't just a river. It is a living canvas where brilliant shades of red, yellow, green, blue, and black swirl together to create an almost surreal spectacle. The unique hues of the river are the result of a rare species of plant found exclusively in this part of the world, making it a one-of-a-kind experience for those who venture to see it. In addition to its vast mainland, Colombia harbors a little-known island that offers a glimpse into a completely different way of life. Santa Cruz del Islote, one of the most densely populated islands on the planet, is home to roughly 200 residents living in a minuscule area of less than 0.012 square kilometers. This island community is entirely self-governed. There are no formal police or hospitals, and every facet of daily life, from security to healthcare, is managed by its inhabitants. For residents who face emergencies, the nearest help lies across the sea on the mainland. Santa Cruz del Islote stands as a powerful testament to human ingenuity and communal resilience, showcasing how a close-knit society can thrive independently of modern amenities and consumer culture. While Colombia's landscapes and urban transformations are awe-inspiring, its people also leave an indelible mark on the visitor's experience. Colombian women, often celebrated as some of the most beautiful in Latin America, possess a grace and strength that radiates both in appearance and demeanor. Known for their polished style, confident posture, and warm smiles, they capture the attention of those around them wherever they go. Yet their openness should not be misconstrued as a sign of casual availability. In Colombian social culture, courtesy and respect are paramount. For instance, a friendly gesture like exchanging phone numbers might simply be a polite way of maintaining conversation rather than a clear invitation for romance. Understanding the subtle nuances of local dating etiquette, such as the significance of small gestures like opening a door or the importance of punctuality, can go a long way in making a positive impression. Colombian dating culture values sincere and thoughtful actions over extravagant displays. A modest date with considerate gestures often leaves a lasting impression far more than an expensive outing ever could. While many women might insist on splitting the bill or even paying for themselves, the gesture of offering to cover the expense is still seen as a sign of chivalry and genuine interest. Additionally, given the cultural emphasis on presentation, many Colombian women take considerable care in their appearance before a date, making it essential for their companions to also maintain a neat and polished look. In this way, dating in Colombia is as much about mutual respect and cultural understanding as it is about romance. The allure of Colombia extends beyond its cities and social scenes. Its climate, marked by mild temperatures and a steady sky that is rarely too hot or too cold, contributes significantly to the overall quality of life. With no harsh winters or blistering summers, the weather in Colombia remains comfortably consistent throughout the year, making it an ideal destination for both short visits and long-term stays. This balanced climate, coupled with the low cost of living, has attracted an increasing number of expatriates who are eager to experience a slower pace of life without compromising on quality. Indeed, the economic benefits of living in Colombia are evident in everyday services. For example, while domestic help in the United States can cost as much as $15 per hour, the same services in Colombia are available for around $15 per day. This affordability not only makes life easier for local families, but also draws expatriates looking to maximize their quality of life on a fixed income. Such economic advantages have turned Colombia into a favored destination for retirees and expats alike, particularly those from the United States and Canada who find that their pensions stretch significantly further in this vibrant country. Despite its many attractions, life in Colombia does come with its challenges. For many locals, economic hardships persist, and the income gap remains wide. This disparity is evident in the everyday hustle on city streets, where luxury cars pass by in stark contrast to street vendors struggling to make ends meet. Moreover, the ever-present risk of petty crime, especially in busy urban centers like Bogotá's Santa Fe district, means that both locals and tourists must always remain alert and cautious about their personal belongings. Such vigilance is not only a practical necessity, but also a reflection of the resilient spirit that defines the Colombian way of life, a mentality of living every day to the fullest while staying aware of one's surroundings. The country's challenges extend into other areas as well, notably in the realm of scams and fraud. Colombia has developed a reputation for sophisticated con artists who exploit both locals and unsuspecting visitors. Whether it is through elaborate rental scams or fraudulent online transactions, these schemes are often executed with a level of polish and psychological manipulation that makes them hard to detect until it is too late. This underlines the importance for anyone engaging with services or making financial transactions in Colombia to use trusted, reputable platforms and exercise a high degree of caution. In recent years, Colombia has also witnessed a significant influx of immigrants, particularly from the United States and Canada. Many individuals and families seeking a fresh start have been drawn to the country's promise of a simpler, more affordable life. The relatively straightforward residency process, combined with the ease of opening bank accounts and renting homes, has made relocating to Colombia an attractive option. For those holding strong passports, obtaining a residency permit is often a smooth and uncomplicated process. This welcoming environment has gradually shifted Colombia's image from merely a travel destination to a viable option for starting a new chapter in life, a testament to its evolving identity as both a cultural and economic haven. Among the many groups finding renewed purpose in Colombia are former U.S. military veterans. For retirees with pensions in the range of $2,000 to $3,000 per month, the cost of living in Colombia offers a dramatic improvement in purchasing power. Whereas a comfortable lifestyle in the United States might require an income of $6,000 to $7,000 a month, in Colombia, these veterans can enjoy similar standards for merely a third of that cost. This financial freedom allows them not only to live comfortably, but also to embrace a culture that values community, leisure, and the beauty of nature. Of course, the transition to life in Colombia is not without its initial hurdles. The language barrier remains a significant challenge for many foreigners. Spanish, with its unique dialects and regional nuances, can be difficult to master. However, Colombians are generally warm and patient, often going out of their way to help those who are learning the language. Over time, many expatriates make the effort to become proficient in Spanish, not only to ease daily interactions, but also to fully integrate into the community and experience the country from an insider's perspective. Ultimately, Colombia is a land where nature, culture, and human resilience intertwine to create a truly extraordinary experience. From its bustling urban centers and colorful street festivals to its tranquil natural wonders like the River of Five Colors, the country invites visitors to immerse themselves in a world where every moment is celebrated. Life in Colombia is a vibrant symphony of contrasts, a mix of modernity and tradition, affluence and modesty, exuberance and caution. It is a place where every street corner, every market, and every smile tells a story of hope, transformation, and the unyielding spirit of its people. Whether you are drawn by the promise of affordable living, the allure of a rich cultural heritage, or the magnetic beauty of its landscapes, Colombia offers an adventure unlike any other. Here, life is lived with passion and determination, where even the smallest gesture is imbued with meaning, and every day is an opportunity to embrace a better future. As you wander through its diverse neighborhoods, take time to appreciate not only the visual splendor, but also the deep sense of community that defines this remarkable nation. In Colombia, where history meets modernity and challenges coexist with endless opportunities, every visitor is invited to not only witness, but also partake in the country's ongoing rebirth. The story of Colombia is one of resilience, reinvention, and the relentless pursuit of a better life, a narrative that continues to evolve with each passing day, offering both lessons and inspiration to all who venture here. Have you ever dreamed of a place where a simple meal is a celebration, where art and history converge on every street, and where the warmth of the people makes every moment unforgettable? Then Colombia is waiting to share its magic with you. Step into a world where beauty, culture, and opportunity blend seamlessly together, and discover firsthand why Colombia has earned its reputation as one of the most enchanting destinations in South America. The information provided is for reference only, so please do your own research before making any life-changing decisions. Enjoy the journey and let Colombia transform your perspective on what it means to live vibrantly and fully.
Welcome! Today, we'll dive into a truly picturesque place, the island of Mangareva. We'll explore what makes it unique. Is it true that walking along its endless beaches, you won't encounter a single person? What are the pearl farms managed by local residents? And is it really true that total freedom in relationships prevails here, with people unbound to just one partner? Stay with us until the end of the video to catch every fascinating detail about this topic. We guarantee it will be captivating. You might be hearing about the island of Mangareva for the first time. That's no surprise, as this piece of land is one of the least populated places in the world. Imagine this. Around 1,300 inhabitants with a population density of just 56 people per square kilometer. Mangareva is located in the Pacific Ocean and is part of the islands that make up French Polynesia. Remarkably, it is the only inhabited island in its archipelago. Covering a mere 15 square kilometers, its size is modest. Despite its small area, the island is truly stunning. In the past, volcanic eruptions shaped its landscape, leaving it surrounded by numerous volcanic craters. Yet what surprises visitors most is not the geography, but the solitude. With so few residents walking along its pristine beaches, it's unlikely you'll meet another soul. For tourists wishing to take in the entire island at a glance, a hike to its highest point, Mount Duff, is a must. Standing at just over 440 meters, it provides a panoramic view of the surroundings. Additionally, there's Mount Mokoto, which rises to 423 meters. The island is also surrounded by abundant barrier reefs thanks to its Pacific location, which fosters an incredible diversity of flora and fauna. Undoubtedly, there's much to admire here. The small population of Mangareva engages mainly in livestock farming, growing useful plants, and pearl cultivation. When it comes to livestock, as in other parts of the world, animals are raised for meat, milk, and hides. As for plants, Mangareva boasts fruit orchards and coffee plantations. Some of the resources are kept for local consumption while others are exported. However, pearl cultivation deserves special attention. This precious gem is abundant in Mangareva, and its farming is the primary livelihood for the islanders. Many families manage pearl farms which export their treasures. First, they are sent to Tahiti, and from there sold to other countries. An interesting fact, pearls in Mangareva can be purchased at much lower prices than in other parts of the world. Keep this in mind. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect of life on Mangareva is the freedom residents enjoy in their personal relationships. Here, society does not impose marital obligations on individuals. Men choose wives they wish to spend the rest of their lives with, and women do the same based on their own preferences. Relationship styles on the island include monogamy, polygamy, and more, all of which are accepted in this region. This fosters an atmosphere of harmony, as people don't feel confined to a single partner, simplifying daily life. For decades, the residents of Mangareva have upheld their local traditions, developing a unique culture rarely found elsewhere. Additionally, the locals are warm and welcoming toward tourists. Let's recap why you should consider visiting this small gem of an island. Astonishing isolation. Mangareva is located in the southern Pacific Ocean, and it's one of the most remote places on Earth. Its isolation has allowed nature to remain largely untouched. Volcanic origins. This island was formed millions of years ago by lava and ash. Its beaches are surrounded by crystal clear waters and adorned with vibrant coral reefs. Unique flora and fauna. Mangareva is home to rare bird species, turtles, and other fascinating creatures, making it a haven for nature lovers. Mangareva is a true paradise and one of the most picturesque places on Earth. Its isolation has shaped both the island's geography and the culture of its residents, who live in a state of freedom and harmony. It's the perfect destination for those seeking tranquility and a connection with nature. If you enjoyed this video about the enchanting island of Mangareva, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to discover more fascinating content about unique places and surprising topics. Leave a comment below sharing your thoughts about Mangareva's approach to relationships and whether you'd like to visit this paradise someday. Don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends. See you in the next video.